It's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and we're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual on part 2 of the Slaad. We're doing the blue Slaad, the big one, with the X23 claws. So what I have here is a crappy brush, a mostly Battle Can Prime Black Slaad that we made, and Admiral Blue, which is a $1.25 or something like that at Walmart. It lasts for frickin' ever. So I'm going to get my brush stamp. And let's paint this guy dark blue to get started. There's a little bit of black still showing here and there. I don't think it's going to kill us on the grand scheme of it, so. There's a little too much soap in my water. And I can tell because I have a little bit of foam in my paint right now. But that's alright. It's going to be okay. I had a really cool thing happen today. I don't usually... I'm usually never sitting still. I was taking some time to be still, though. Just sitting with my feet on the ground and being peaceful. And I heard a vibrating sound. And I knew that my 8-year-old had lost my old phone, which he uses to talk to his cousins and stuff on. So I thought I should go look for it. And I got up to find it. And I did find it. And my niece, who's very young, I think she is 5 or maybe 4, was calling over and over and over again on Facebook Messenger. So I answered, and we don't speak often. You know, she talks to Mrs. Doom, but I'm not like that. You know, I don't do a lot of stuff with other people's kids and stuff. It's weird, and I'm not into it. I told her, I said, well, you know, your Aunt Melinda's at work, and the boys are at school, so they're going to call you back. And she goes, well, that's okay, because I can talk to you. And I was like, well, you don't really want to talk to me. I'm not interesting. And she said, I want to talk to you. I said, all right, for just a minute. She pulled out a notebook and a pen and a crayon, and we started drawing. And I got a piece of paper and a pen and drew. And then I got my colored pens I use for making like magical weapons and stuff. And the two of us sat there for 40 minutes coloring and talking about numbers. I drew 3D numbers and turned them into animals, and then she did the same. And we just had a silly time talking about numbers 1 through 4. Which hand is your left and right hand, and how to tell. And then we colored everything. So we made the number 1s into giraffes, the number 2s into flamingos, the number 3s into snakes, and the number 4s into rhinoceroses. And we had a really nice time doing it. And though I usually am not into that kind of time, it was fun. And I enjoyed spending time with her and doing something creative. Alright, so that next blue I'm going to get is a little vibrant. And I'm going to use this blue to add some interest. And what I want to do is I want to get a bigger kind of brush. Way bigger than we need, so I'm going to get this one. I'm going to get a serious tone break up here. And if you need to get more on your brush, get more on your brush. See the yellow sticking out right there? That's not good. We're going to cover that up with a tab of blue. Dab of blue. There we go. And hope that that dries. I probably should have sprayed these guys with clear coat first. I didn't realize that that plastic was going to not hold paint that well. Guess I should have known that. Well, I've never painted on these before. All right. So, yeah, that was a nice time with my little niece. I'm going to spray him with some clear coat real quick. Because clear coat makes everything better. And this will put a dry coating on him. It's going to improve how well paint sticks to him and how well that paint sticks. Whoa. I think that should be dry enough. I'm going to get a very light blue. This is called tropical blue. We're going to get that. Oh, shoot, that was a lot. A lot more than I meant or wanted. Okay. And let's lighten him up considerably. This guy I had a lot of interesting detail to start with. That's cool. I hadn't really thought about it too much, but as I was working on him, I was noticing it was going to be good. I think we've lightened him up significantly at this point. And let's bring that down one more tone. I don't know if I have a lighter blue. No. I have this, which is really, really light. It's called China Blue. And now it's going to be more of a finishing color, I think. I'm pretty pleased with that. All right. Let me get another piece of cardboard here. And I'm going to knife off a piece of it real fast. Whoops. Flying Slaad everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to get that same brush and that China Blue color. I think that's pretty good. We got some different gradients of blue going on. It's going to look all right. Now on his shoulders and the top of his head, you'll see there's some like darker blue. So what I thought we could do is I have this original base coat color Admiral. I thought we could get some water. Yeah, decent sized brush. it down some, but not a whole lot. And a wet palette might be better for something like this, really. And we just kind of want to get in there. Spread that around. And come down his back, and then I want to avoid those spikes. Leave those that light blue color. So I'm just grabbing the area where the spikes aren't and pulling it outward. Wipe it across his back and butt, and come back down the other side doing the same thing. We are having bratwurst for dinner. I am quite excited for this. I am the giant fan of the bratwurst. I'm joking. We're having brats for dinner. I am a fan of brats, don't get me wrong. I don't know if it's a heritage thing or just an actual genuine love of them, but I do like brats. I always have, since I was a wee lad. I also like those brats with the cheese in them. Oh man, those are something to talk about. Okay, I'd like that to be darker. I have this mountain blue color that I'm going to use to do the little dots. I wish that was darker though. Now this doesn't add a whole lot to the model because I'm doubting that people will really notice this in the different lightings. You'd have to really come into a brighter lighting to notice these dots as anything significant. I'm going to use that same color. Do these kind of arm things here because I think that would look nice. Okay. Let's wash the brush and figure out our eye situation. So we need a light yellow for the eyes. I'm going to get this demonic yellow. White. There we go, something like that. Very pale. I'm going to paint the eyes with that. Now, I'm not painting the eye as round as it is on the miniature. I'm just kind of doing it in an oval. Something like that. All right. Then I'm going to get the rest of that white and mix it in with that yellow. Over here. I think I'm going to use that for something else in a minute. Get some of this here. Well, it's still a little bit wet. I'm just going to darken or brighten that up a little bit more, just to make that a little bit more noticeable. Yeah, there we go, much better. All right, so now we're going to get a brown color, or an off-white color, I should say. This is called mummy rose. No, I don't want to use mummy rose. Hold on. I'm going to start with khaki. And I'm going to get a fractional brush. I'm going to get it damp. And I'm going to drag some teeth up from his mouth. Like that. I'm not evenly spacing them. I have 5, 3 on one side and 2 on the other. It's not super noticeable yet, but wait a minute. Just wait a minute. Now I'm going to use that antique parchment color, which is like an off-white. I'm going to drag it a little bit on each tooth, but not covering up all the area I painted brown. And then you could make the pupil black if you wanted to. But I'm just going to use a very dark green. Nice. Now, I'm going to have to look at the picture to see what the eyes are, the pupils look like. Because okay, so they're like twice as wide as a regular pupil. All right, let's hit the base. This is my dark burn umber that I use for like everything. If you're like, hey, what is the color of dirt in Doom's D&D world? Well, it's not D&D, but you know what I mean. In his RPG world, it's burnt umber with melted chocolate highlights. No matter where you go in the world, these are the colors. Brown's actually my second favorite color after red, so. Because you can make it yourself. I guess you can make red and yellow and all kind of other colors too. Let's just not talk about the disgusting conversation of what colors you can make yourself. How about that? Let's just not go there at all. Whoa. A miniature fell and died for our sins. Alright, melted chocolate to break that up. I'm just going to get a little bit of water on my brush. Okay. And we could go through, and there's a lot of things we could do But I don't feel like we'd be adding anything to the miniature. And that's kind of, what this hobby's about is can we add or not add to make it that good. But that's our blue Slaad. I think it turned out okay. Let's dry off that base some and get some flock on there and see how that looks. I think there's one thing I got to change. There's something I don't like about him. We're going to change that real quick. This is the lightest gray I have. It's called granite gray. What I want to do, I want to get a little bit of that. I just want to touch these spikes a little bit just on the tips. I know you're probably thinking that's dumb, it doesn't add much, but dude, I just really feel like it's going to make these pop that much better. Oh, I'm really happy with that. And then I'm going to take that, I'm going to run it down the claws just a little bit as like a point and see if that makes a difference. I think it made a difference. But you do yours your way. You know what I mean? Just gonna hit these little dots here. And this is unnecessary as hell. This is literally bringing nothing to the miniature, I'll tell you that. It's just a me having fun working on this guy, not wanting to be done move. Because I really am having a good time with this guy. Okay. Let me hit these little spots here. Just a tiny little dab. Alright, quit pissing with him. He looks fine. Alright, there's the Slaad. This has been Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuits. Oh, wait, we're not done. Sorry, I thought we were done. We did flock. We gotta do it. I'm sure you're wondering what the flock I'm talking about. Well, if you watched before, you're not wondering, you know. Get some clear glue. Check it for condoms. Dispense said clear glue onto your cardboard in a small clump. Just a dot will do. Grab a toothpick. If you have one that's been laying around, that will work just fine. Pick some areas where you would like your flock to break up the boringness of your base. We could be doing a lot nicer bases. I might do some a series or two on some different techniques that we can be doing to make this stuff better. But the thing is, if you're trying to build the entire monster manual and keep the videos under 18 hours a piece without editing, you unfortunately cannot always have the best of both worlds. So doing quick bases and easy bases, they're going to get it ready for the tabletop is usually the way to go in my situation, because like I said, I don't edit, and this is not my job, this is a hobby. I lost my flock. Ha 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 ha, flock. He fell. Will he survive? Find out next time on Your Mom. Haha, burn. Alright, there's our blue Slaad. He's size large, about 10 foot tall actually. And we didn't measure him, but looking at him, he's hunched over and crouching forward. And there's a 6 foot tall dude, or 5'5" tall dude, or whatever. We bring it down to about the right level. Yes, he's about 10 foot tall, if he were standing up straight and everything. This is Doom. I'm Doom. This is the Slaad. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon. And I don't know if I told you guys, but there's an amazing Black Friday discount on the Dungeon Swag website. Link will be in the description. Check that out. You can get your miniatures dirt cheap and still get 25% off your first month's box by using my discount code. It's in the description. Also, come to the Discord, hang out there with us, learn the secrets of whatever we might know, which we don't know shit, and paint with us, play games with us, and all that fun stuff. So I hope to see you there on Discord. That'd be sick. There's a link in that description for that too. Like and subscribe and comment and sharing, notification belling, all that stuff. I forget. You know it. Do it. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time on Dungeons and Doom Biscuit.